Here it is, the 2024 Aprilia Tuareg in this Captain America looking color scheme. I love it. This is the Dakar edition. Stay with me, you don't want to miss this. The first thing you'll notice is this beautiful TFT screen. This does have 4 riding modes. Let's get this thing started. We'll go through a bunch of this. We better get that off the off-road because we're not off-road. There are 4 riding modes. 2 of them are totally selectable. Your riding mode button's down here. Explore, urban, off-road. You can turn the traction control off, everything, the ABS. Let's go here, urban, put it in gear. Man, this bike sounds so good. I mean, look at the fit and finish of this bike. It is unbelievable. I am sitting almost straight up. Huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki Suzuki that allows me to ride this stuff. They've got all this stuff in stock, these 24s. They are the one of the nation's biggest Kawasaki, Suzuki, Aprilia, Piaggio, Vespa dealer. So give them a shout. Their information is always in my video description. Man, this bike is just... I tell you what, to be honest with you, I am very short. I've got a 30-inch inseam. This has a 34-inch seat height. If Grandpa will come out here, well, he's not coming out. He don't know what he wants. So this bike is extremely tall. I am tippy-toeing on it. But I will tell you this. This bike is very, very well balanced. It's 204, about 420 pounds. It does have a huge gas tank. This is an ADV bike, so you can take it on-road and off-road. Man, this bike is just so, just so well balanced. It feels like it's like a 250 dirt bike. I grew up on dirt bikes, KX 250s, KX 500s. This bike is very well balanced. I'm using the rear brake. You can almost stop completely without putting your feet down. We'll take a left here. This bike does have cruise control. He's got his headphones on. There is always a car coming in and out of here. We're gonna stop. I got my short legs down, and I'm really not having a problem. I'm a 30-inch inseam. This is a 34-inch seat height, and there is no problem balancing this bike. Now, it is a little bit taller, but man, it's so well balanced. Let's go here. This does have, this is the Dakar Rally Edition, and oh man, I'll tell you what to me really appeals about this bike. It has a 21-inch front wheel. It also has KYB front forks, KYB rear suspension. They are totally adjustable. Man, this bike just handles so good. It's hard to explain. This is a 659cc bike. It's actually sold as a 660 Tuareg. Man, you can, do you see that traction control? You can turn the traction control up or down, whatever you want to do. Let's take it in here and do a little low-speed maneuvering. And this is kind of intimidating to me. I will be honest with you. And Kawasaki's let me ride like 40 bikes this week. I've got a playlist with all the Aprilias, Kawasaki's and such, but I am intimidated by a little bit taller bike. Now this is only a 420 pound bike. So in its class, it is one of the lower, I think it is the lowest weight ADV bike, and it really helps it, I can tell. But man, this is such a slow speed bike. I am blown away. Let's go ahead and try and pull this thing around. It's really surprising how confident I feel on this bike. I mean, I'm using the back brake. I'm taking it easy. Oh, yeah. Man, this bike is unbelievable. Wow. Blown away. Blown away. Because I am not a highly skilled slow speed rider. I'll tell you that. Let's get out here and go. This thing makes about 80 horsepower. Oh, yeah. It'll go, too. This is basically got the 660cc motor that's in Aprilia sport bike. I think it's got some different cams in it, so it does not quite make 100 horsepower like the sport bike does, but they've moved the horsepower down a little bit and put it more in the middle of the, see, at $5 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand, this thing, I don't know if you can hear that sucking that air. It is making some horsepower and torque. But man, this is an awesome bike. I'm going to get off up here and show it to you here in just a second. Make sure we're getting all this in the viewfinder. And if I'm not mistaken, this is like a $12,700 bike. And I think Aprilia right now has rates as low as 0.99. You could check with Plano Kawasaki and confirm that. So there's some really good rates. Man, I tell you what, I like this bike, man. You know, every bike I get on, I want to buy. If I was a millionaire, I'd be dead broke. I'd be dead broke like in 6 months. Man, I love this. It's got the snap. It's in 4th gear, so I'm kind of lugging it, but it still makes plenty of horsepower. And it just rides exceptional. I haven't done any adjustment to the front or rear suspension. I will tell you, a huge plus when I was investigating this bike, to me, that is a huge plus, is it's got tubeless tires. And you might not think that's something, but if you go ride out in the dirt, or you go run through a field or through a construction site with one of these, and a nail pops in your tire, you could put man, this thing is just so balanced. It's like I've been riding this bike. It's like I've been riding this bike for 6 months or a year. Man, I tell you what. So I bought the bike I've got, and it was a $27,000 mistake. It's a BMW M1000R. Had to have a bike with carbon wheels and all that. And I have really found out, you leave a comment, I have really found out you can have a whole lot more fun spending half the money. We got to get going out here. But man, this bike is so balanced. Now I put my feet are almost, when I put them up on the pegs, here we go. And I'll show you the radiator. This thing's got a lot of huge radiator for cooling if you were to ride it off-road. And like I say, it's got 4 modes to ride it in. Man, this bike is just so comfortable. It turns so easy. Oh, yeah. Man, I see why people love these ADV bikes. I get it. I get it. I mean, I'm sitting straight up. It's super comfortable. The seat is super comfortable. The display, you can see everything about it. Here we go. There we go. That's a girl on a GSX-R 600. I think she just bought that from Plano Suzuki. Man, I tell you what, I've noticed there are a lot of girls riding since the pandemic, but man, this thing just shifts so good. Wow, effortless bike. For $12,500, $12,700, how could you go wrong? I mean, it's got your time, it's got your degrees outside, it's getting hot here in Texas. Push to cancel blinkers, push that in. I'm gonna pull over here and get off of it and walk you around it. Make sure you like this video and leave a comment if you've been thinking about an ADV bike. This is an awesome bike, man. I'll tell you what, Aprilia, this is a bike that came out in 2021. We'll stop here. This is a bike that came out in 2021, and Aprilia has not really changed a whole lot. Oh, looks like it's got a USB connector there. Let me jump off of it. It's got a kickstand indicator on your display. But look at this bike. And I'm a pretty short guy. I'm a 30-inch inseam. That's a 34-inch seat. No problems. But look at this. This is what Captain America would ride. I know y'all think I'm crazy, and I am. 240 millimeter front travel suspension, 240 millimeter travel in the rear. It does have all LED lighting. Look at that back light. Can you imagine what that would look like at night with those runners lit up? LED blinkers, tubeless front and back tires, Brembo brakes, front and rear, double rotors up front. I believe those are 300 millimeter rotors, Brembo brakes, and I was feeling the brake lines. I believe they're braided, so real positive brake feel. But look at this bike. Look at this. This is a beautiful bike. Let's go around front. You do have a 5.7 gallon fuel tank, and it gets anywhere from 45 to 55 miles per gallon, so it's about a 200 mile gas tank, which is pretty much an extended range. Look at that. Let's get that. Look at that headlight, how cool that looks. Let's go up here. Look at those high beams. Look at that thing, man. That has got sexy road all over it. 2024 Tuareg 660. It's got the Sport Bike 660 motor. This is the Dakar edition. You can call Plano Kawasaki. They've got a couple of these in stock. 972-422-4111. Talk to AJ or any of the salespeople or Mike Cannon, the sales manager. They'll do anything they can to get you on a motorcycle. It's really a family dealership. But man, if y'all like these kind of videos, make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is Friday, so I'm hopefully going to do another one tomorrow on a KLX. I've got all this stuff in my video playlist, all these Aprilias, all these Kawasaki's. Look at this fuel, look at this oil filter, how easy that is to change. You could do your own oil changes. But man, thank y'all for riding with me. God bless you. Make sure you leave a comment. I answer all the comments myself. I might have missed one or two, maybe more than that, out of the thousands of people that have left comments. God bless y'all, man. I appreciate it. I love doing this for y'all. We'll see you on the next ride.